it the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And they actually, like, the race course goes through the center arch. You can't take the right arch. But
So they're gonna have to go through this one here?
no, so for the race, they've always been good about moving out of, like, they'll move all their stuff to the side or something. Yeah.
And this is...
And you've got the well boathouse.
Oh, this is well, okay.
So last year, Steve Clay had it set up right up on that lower balcony there.
Yeah, I remember.
This would be Reunion Village. So kind of near the bridge, it sets up a row of tents and it's a beer garden.
Nice.
There's an announcer station. That has a better line of sight with their
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see it.
bridge.
Okay.
We call this the powerhouse stretch. Yeah, the powerhouse up there.
Yeah.
And it's also the longest straightaway on the course. And so coming down, boats can use either of those two arches on the
Okay.
Cambridge side, the little rip down here. And usually what it sets up is a lot of side-by-side racing going into the Weeks turn,
Yeah.
which is where it sets up for a lot of collisions.
Uh-huh.
Especially the U8s.
Uh-huh.
That's Western Ave.
Okay. All right.
And this begins the course for the Red Bull High Stakes.
Yeah, here we come.
I don't really know when racing starts. The River Street Bridge. It was like the state had allocated all this money to redo the bridges, which is why Western Ave is getting done, or
Yeah.
not Western, Anderson Bridge that we passed is getting done. A lot of these bridges took so long to work on that the time that they had to use the money expired basically.
Yeah.
So
Grant
these
money.
bridges are just going to continue to fall
Yeah.
apart. It's crazy because like that River Street Bridge comes right off the Mass Pike, so that's like the main entrance into Cambridge. There's the Riverside Boat Club.
Do I see... What is this here? Is this like a start or...
So I think what we saw down there was the queuing area.
Yeah. That's the
they're gonna
start.
start here,
Okay.
and they're gonna race out to these stakes, do the stake turn, and then they
Go.
queue up the next boat in line.
Yeah, okay.
So each team has a single, double, quad, and an 8.
All right.
I forget which one. It was either this building or one of these is where we set up some
now we're not running on anything.
Yeah.
We're on our own.
We're on the sky.
We're on our own. Right. Huge audience here either.
Yeah.
But this thing does a pretty good job usually. Right now it's going directly out.
It's awesome.
What you can also do is I could send it to my Amazon relay, and I'd spin up a box at their center in Virginia, not in Portland. It adds like a 2-second delay to be reliable.
Yeah.
But I can send it back to vMix, like it's hooked up directly to it, which is nice. Yeah. That's doing a lot of trickery.
Blows my mind.
Oh, it's trickery. It's some of it's trickery. And trust me, it would take a lot. I only know about it because of what I do. It's like, oh hey, wait, I can just do this fancy stuff. And look, you can make it work. It takes a lot of R&D to figure stuff out like that. Bandwidth is one thing, but execution and availability is another thing.
That's where it got started.
Just the railroad?
Yep. So this is the well, this is the bridge. I forget what it's called, but it's one of like 3 places in the world where it happens, where you have a waterway, a railroad, a roadway.
It also happens in Portland.
Okay.
Because it's called the Steel Bridge.
Yep.
There is mass transit that goes across it, cars, and on the lower deck, trains.
Yeah.
And the whole entire thing lifts up when something needs to cross through the Willamette River.
And then we have, and then planes, because we have Logan right here. So it's like we have the whole stack.
Okay, so this is the start. Where's the marked start?
The marked start. There it is.
I see all these.
So I'll show you. Oh yeah, see, there's this green post right here, and then just to the left of it, see that, like, right between those trees. See the woman in the blue tank top?
Yeah.
She's just about to pass it behind. It just looks like a black marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the marked.
Okay.
Starting line. And
so that's directly across there.
Yeah, and so what will happen is, I mean, especially during the, I'll have to see if I can find the video, during like the youth events where we have 85 boats per event, they'll just all be circulating down here in the basin, and they circulate from here. So where
would my guys be here? Just anywhere?
on the BU, on the balcony there.
On the balcony.
So that's where we can set you up. We could even put you in a launch. Like, we have launch floating around.
Because if that's the case, pretty much what you see in my hand here, well, probably not the monopod, but obviously I'd have to give them one of my battery units. We'll talk about that in a little while. We could put them out here. Huh.
I think
we got to think about it. We got to think about it.
Yeah, we just
because we could be up there, we could be on here, but
mass ideas. I mean, hell, you could even you could walk down on that dock. That dock doesn't get very busy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
just thinking for the easiest deployment, but yet getting the good content out of it.
Yeah. And I think I think there will be like different times when there's some real slow periods when it's not going to be the most exciting to have someone stationed at the start line.
No,
but
some people just prefer to watch it.
Yeah. But I think that it would be fun during, like, something like Champy to be able to see them coming through the start line.
It would help if somebody's just there talking, not doing a lot, but something wrong.
Well, we have the announcer.
See, we just got to figure that out where they're all going to be.
Start line guy, they have large speakers up there, and they're the ones that call
There's a fit. Oh, okay. I think I know her.
Yeah.
She's our account manager. Everyone's like that. So you guys deal with park rangers here. So we deal with Coast Guard, Marine Patrol, county sheriffs.
Yeah. DCR kind of has first. They're the first people we deal with. I mean, once you get to our, like, they deal with everything we do on land.
still see me as a go-to person.
Yeah.
LBRA is hitting me up all the time about like all these things happening with the schools. Like, I don't know. I can go ask.
Yeah.
I maybe go to campus once a month.
I mean, I kind of like. Yeah, I'm friends with Henry when we folks there.
Yeah.
I help them out a little bit with getting them connected. I feel like there is this aspect after being there for 7 years, like you almost have as much stake in it as a lot of alumni do or ever did.
Yeah. Well, the way it should be, alumni have oversight.
Yeah.
They don't have control, they have oversight. Because if you have that oversight, then people will behave. And that's what took a very long time for people to figure out, even the school to figure out. Because we don't want the alums coming and controlling. It's like, no, you don't get it.
That's the hardest part with these club situations. Because at every school, their rules are different about how.
Oh yes, they are. Oh yes, they are. Yeah.
BC will say that the students are technically supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be in charge. But it creates this weird dynamic. But then these club sports administrators have this power, but they end up bogging everything down. So it's this weird.
Well, we found the balance, and luckily things just move along.
Yeah.
Especially when you get the campus president behind it, because our campus president, this is her second year there, Jane Conley, and she comes out all the time to any home event, any home regatta. She was at Jones Memorial, and she's awesome. She actually responds to my emails. She's her personal secretary, the Office of Public Relations. I'm tied in with them, and they're doing a pretty good job now. Our previous president, his real name is Feldon King Alexander. We just called him President Alexander. Yeah. He rode a year. Yeah. He rode a year at Oxford. He came out a few times. Actually, went in the boat. Wouldn't see him all the time, but he's now at. No, he's the chancellor for LSU. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool just saying, like, even some acknowledgement from those people that you exist.
Oh yeah. Oh, and she's really active on Twitter.
Okay.
She's really active on Twitter. Oh yeah. In fact, when the team is doing some kind of like recruiting activity, it may not be her, but her secretary or whoever she has involved with it will like retweet it, and so they're not ignoring us at all. They're paying attention, and that's a good feeling. Wow, what a day so far!
You got the right weekend down.
And this thing hasn't stopped. It's still going. So that it tells you alone. Without the crowd, this alone can do anything.
A former Olympian up here, John Smith.
Okay.
Guy from the 80s. So
Okay.
There's a lot at CBC, like, or I mean on this river in general, so that you get to see kind of someone on a daily basis that's rooting for the national team.
Yeah. definitely old crumbling bridges.
Yeah.
If these were back west, they'd be condemned hazardous.
No, I don't know what they're gonna do about it. All right, sorry, thanks. Have a good row.
Chicago, they said it was 90 degrees. Was it hot yesterday?
It was pretty hot, and it was kind of muggy. That's
probably
the bigger
why,
thing. It was just muggy, and they kept telling us that, you know, we might get some isolated thunderstorms that could just drop a whole inch of rain on us, or you could get nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, I guess we're technically in a drought too. It's been a pretty dry summer, but nothing like what you guys have.
This is a really weird design on the building. So with these little panels that come out, is that for just air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny thing about this row house is it was built by an architect that had never built a boat house or designed a boat house before,
okay.
And that's what they went with.
No, I admire any unusual engineering like that.
It's won a lot of architectural awards. Yeah. People seem to love it.
Now, our new Finish Line tower is supposed to be something like that with these glass walls.
Okay.
But some jackass decided to back into one of the support beams in it a year ago, and the city condemned the building. So,
anytime you have something
a month ago, City Council approved a measure to just rebuild it, not completely to spec like that, but to at least keep it closed, because we'd get on a regatta day, we'd have to shoo out homeless people. I'm sorry. It was pretty dirty, pretty bad in there. You'd see remnants of drugs in there. It was awful. How well do these turn?
You can do pretty good. So that was part of their design, is they wanted to make something
That's the thing, because Stillwater, that's one of the reasons why we don't have them yet, is they just hate how they turn like crap.
You can do a pretty good...
This isn't bad.
Yeah.
For custom design?
Yeah, shit. The cool thing, I think what is great about... I mean, the wake still isn't any better.
Yeah.
But,
no, there is no such... As Bob Whitford says, there is no such thing as a wakeless boat. The whole word wake less just means it wakes less.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can actually, and we took a picture after they built the first one. I put 30 BC guys on one of these.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah, with our launches, we're lucky to get 5 people in it.
And the fact that you can do it, like, you have, you know, if someone goes in the water, you don't want to have to climb up on that.
No.
You can climb right up on this.
Yeah.
And so we actually, we borrow, I mean, for Head of the Charles, we borrow all our safety launches, so it's really nice to have these. We get all of these going.
Okay, and I think we